just got back from LA. I couldn't find him. Couldn't find Zack Snyder.
I just got back from Britain. Some guy bit me. Some wanker in the alley. He just bit me right in the arm.
So you're British now?
Yeah, I was just over in England. Some guy just bit me. He was behind the pub.
So does that mean we need to go after Edgar right now?
No, well, definitely not with that. You can't even have those in England.
What? You can't?
No, you can't have that. You gotta have one of these.
You're right. Well, you know.
I don't want to kill Edgar, right?
No, he's a great director. You want to just talk about Shaun of the Dead?
So talk about Shaun of the Dead.
Welcome to the Cool Down. My name's Robby.
I'm Corey.
And today we're talking about the film Shaun of the Dead.
We just got done watching Army of the Dead, and now we're cooling off after our Elijah's Xtreme Ghost Pepper Sauce.
So Corey, what did you think of Shaun of the Dead?
It's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
Me too. This movie is so well done.
It is.
It was so much better seeing this a second time because I actually watched it with subtitles. So all the little jokes were very. I got everything. I love all the callbacks that he does. Ugh, this movie's just so good.
It's an exercise in foreshadowing.
Yeah.
This could be used in film school to demonstrate foreshadowing.
Easily.
Because
yeah.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Every callback has a setup.
Oh, top left. I was going to say, reload. I'm on it. Top left! Reload. I'm on it!
It's kind of perfect.
It is kind of
As far as comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I do have an issue or two with it, but we'll get into that later.
Okay.
I don't think... this isn't the best of the trilogy.
You don't think it's the best of the Cornetto? He's probably Hot Fuzz, I assume?
I'd say Hot Fuzz, yeah.
Hot Fuzz is kind of a masterpiece. I want to watch that again, though. This movie just flowed so perfectly.
It really does.
Ugh.
And it's not really a zombie movie.
Not really.
We watched this because of Army of the Dead being a zombie movie.
We knew it was going to be comedic, so we're like, yeah, let's try for that. But...
yeah, I was kind of wanting to break up all the horror. Because we watched Spiral and Jigsaw, Army of the Dead. We're going to be watching, A Quiet Place Part 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Then we have The Conjuring coming up. It's going to be a very, very horror-heavy next few episodes of Hot Takes.
Yeah, maybe even Corella. But that's horror for a different reason.
That's horror for a different reason.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Trying to conjure up right now what we want to talk about this film because it's a great movie, but it's hard to talk about movies you love for some reason, but it's easy to just crap on stuff.
It really is.
Yeah, someone literally made a comment to me saying like, oh, do you guys purposely just try to really critique movies and just talk about how bad they are? It's like, no, it's just easier. Like when I want to talk about Shaun of the Dead, it's like, oh, the directing, phenomenal, the writing, all the callbacks, all the jokes just hit so well.
Mm-hmm. What
What else can you say?
The editing.
Editing's great.
So good.
Oh my god. This is like one of his first films, directing wise.
You're right?
Yeah, as far as it being his film, with his direct very snappy editing style.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know the editor is the same throughout the trilogy.
Yeah.
But how much of that is his influence? How much is the editor?
Yeah.
I don't know. But if it's them working as a team, either way, it's great.
So good.
He's got a good vision.
Yeah.
I'll give him that.
I think this is legitimately up there as far as classic comedies, just period.
Yeah.
Also, that's what I get into. The dramatic stuff that they implement into this film works really well. I feel like it works better than it should.
Yeah. There's some every zombie movie has that one scene where you have to shoot someone who's turned a loved one, and this movie does it so much better than, say, Army of the Dead.
So much better. They have a very similar scene where you have to kill the loved one, like you said, and it's beautiful with Shaun of the Dead.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, Simon Pegg doesn't get enough credit for his acting.
He's great.
He is great.
Yeah. I find it funny too I noticed it with Shaun of the Dead, maybe more than I did with the other Cornetto ones, is how animated Simon Pegg is. To a weird extent, it works perfectly. He almost comes off like a comic, not a comic character, a cartoon character. His overacting occasionally, but it's because he's so good at it, you don't even notice. It just flows.
His physical presence is amazing.
Yeah.
Him and Nick Frost. Yeah, they work super well together.
Their chemistry is just bleeding through. Yeah.
It's got a little bit of red.
Just a little bit of red.
A little bit of red on his shirt.
You got red on you.
Is that a
also
British
Nick-
Is
I
that a
don't
British
know.
expression?
I have no
You just
idea.
kept saying that.
Yeah, you got a bit of red.
Got a bit of red on your shirt. Okay.
Yeah.
You got red on you.
Nick Frost also deserves a lot of credit because
He
this is
does.
his very first role.
Is it?
Yeah, and apparently did a little researching. They wanted to get someone else to play with Simon Pegg, but they had to like really convince him like, no, we need their buddies already, and like their chemistry is just electric. We have to put them
shows.
together. Yeah, so he did a bunch of, I say acting, learning. He learned to act. He learned to act.
He did some acting classes.
That's the word.
That's the word.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm a little too cool down.
That's okay. See, it's a shame that Alexis didn't watch this because he says that she doesn't like zombie movies.
But it's not a zombie movie.
It's really
if
not
that's
a
holding you
zombie
back
movie.
at all from this movie, not just talking to Alexis, just you out there, if you're like, it's zombie comedy, I've seen it before, I've seen Zombieland, this destroys
It's
Zombieland.
not Zombieland.
It's not at all. It's not even going for that in tone. Like,
And I like Zombieland.
yeah, I do too.
It's fun for what it is,
Yeah,
but that is more of a cut and dry zombie movie.
yeah,
This is more a human story that just happens to be taking place during a zombie outbreak.
exactly.
And all the characters you care about.
All of them.
The
Yeah.
writing is on point. It's solid. All the comedy it's physical. It's, quick-witted because of that, snappy British humor.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not American in your face, haha, zombie. No,
Yeah.
you said zombie. You can't say zombie. They integrate those jokes in so well to the world,
Mhm.
and it makes you believe that's how these people would act during this, zombie outbreak.
Yeah, which is what made them want to do this film, is that you see a bunch of American takes on the zombie film, like like even with the other Dead film, I keep forgetting the name, Zack Snyder's
Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead. That's a very like in your face gun shooting, action heavy. They wanted to make something. It's like, well, what if this happened in our local like area where
Right.
we live in England, because they don't have guns there.
I
So,
love that guns weren't a big thing here.
Yeah.
I mean, it plays a key role in the climax,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's so limited.
Mhm.
It actually is almost a hindrance in a way.
Yeah, it kind of is. Yeah.
And that's great because you got just Simon Pegg running around bonking people with a cricket bat.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
It is great.
Bonk.
Oh, that scene with the Queen song when they're beating up the big dude.
Yeah,
And they're
just
all in
all
sync.
running around.
Do, 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 do.
That was great.
That was so
You would have
good.
loved that.
Yeah.
You would've.
You would have. You'll regret not seeing that.
I will show you that clip on YouTube.
Yeah, if that doesn't convince
Just
you.
to see if you want to watch this.
Yeah.
Because I think you'd really like it.
I think so too. It's so good.
It's really good.
I forgot how good it was. In my head, I was like, "Oh, Hot Fuzz is the best. Shaun of the Dead's really good, and the World's End or whatever it's called."
I haven't seen At World's End.
Okay, it's
At World's End, The World's End. I think it's The World's End. At World's End is a
it's good though.
Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Yeah, and then the other one is that Seth Rogen film. This is the end.
This is the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen that either.
That one's funny. Yeah, if you like that crew, because there's a lot of inside jokes and like, yeah,
Okay. Maybe one day we'll watch it.
maybe. I'd be
If
down.
you want us to watch it, leave a comment.
Or follow us on social media.
Now I know during the cooldown we don't really have like a spoiler, alert or warning,
Yeah.
but I feel like this movie, I want to talk about the ending, and if you haven't seen it, you should watch it. So if you are apprehensive about spoilers, maybe just skip to this point.
Yeah.
But keep in mind for cooldowns, we typically don't have outright spoiler warnings.
Because usually films that people have had a lot of time to see or anything.
They're usually older movies, so it's just kind of us free talking about whatever.
But this is one that I know certain people have not seen
Yeah.
because of.
So
Yeah.
if you want to avoid spoilers, like I said, skip to this point.
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk about it. Cool. So the issue I have is some parts of the third act
What particularly?
when they get to the pub.
Okay. What
When they first get to the pub.
are you talking about?
I
When the
think-
one guy's losing his mind? Or-
Yeah, I just think at that moment it's where it kind of loses some of its momentum, and it hits a bit of a standstill.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't stay that way for long
Mhm.
because it does transition more into the emotional side of the story.
Yeah. Which it does surprisingly well, like we talked about.
But I think there's just a small part there
Mhm.
that's just kind of just floundering, not really knowing where to move the plot along.
Yeah, like when they first get there and they're kind of just like, oh, let's have a drink, and they're all just
kind of standing around,
bickering because Simon Pegg's gone.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe they could have just either skipped that entirely, made it move a little faster.
Maybe move a little faster because they had to kind of incorporate that. I forget his name, but they call him David, the twat.
Yeah. They had to have that little mistrust.
Exactly.
And
which I like that scene when he goes to shoot him and it's blank and he's kind of just like panicky. He's like, well, I guess I gotta get out of here now.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was just about to kill you.
Then he dies. Yeah. And it's kind of gruesome.
He is the most gruesome death by
I
far.
forgot this movie was actually pretty violent.
Yeah. No, that was very graphic.
So that's really my only complaint.
Yeah.
It's just that little bit towards the end.
I can see that. Yeah. It is kind of a point where you're like, okay.
Like, we're kind of moving pretty fast there. Now it's like,
where is it going? Now that we're at the pub,
right?
You know. Yeah.
And I get that that's necessary to kind of transition into the more
heavier stuff.
Yeah,
with him, because we're in spoilers, him having to kill his mom and like, yeah,
it was pretty rough.
It was. Also, that I completely forgot about the scene when his stepdad dies.
Yeah,
that was actually kind of like heartwarming.
And okay, maybe that's another very small complaint I have.
Oh, what?
Is it was heartwarming, and then it was right back to comedy.
They could have given it a couple, just a little
they
bit
could have just
more.
They could have stretched that out just a little bit longer.
Yeah,
just to kind of elevate that. But again, nothing major.
No,
these are nitpicks,
literal
small
nitpicks.
little complaints.
Yeah,
complaints on my part.
Complaints, whatever.
Complaints, you know.
Yeah,
it's cool. Come paint your wall.
You paint mine.
You can if you want.
Yeah, we're gonna charge it.
Yeah, we're gonna charge you. You gotta pay us to paint his wall.
Yeah, talk to my landlord about it. So Corey, what are your overall thoughts on Shaun of the Dead?
It's great.
Yeah.
This is only my second time seeing it.
Me too.
So I forgot just how good it is. I think, like you said, Hot Fuzz kind of overshadows it. That's maybe a little bit more standout. And I think they just kind of really honed in on what made it work with Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
And that's why that's so great. But this is just super solid.
It is so good. Like, also, tip, watch this with subtitles.
Yes.
Unless you are British and you can just catch everything they're saying, watch it with subtitles.
You're gonna miss a word or two.
You're gonna miss so many little jokes too. Like, that's why it was so fun watching a second time with subs. It was like, oh, I didn't catch that or that or that. Like,
yeah.
Even the little bit when he's talking to the drug dealer or whatever, I did not catch that at all the first time because it's so quick. He's like, oh, whatever the term uses for the drug. You got that? Yeah. Just the little things.
The little things.
Yeah. Not the little things.
Not the little things. Don't even watch that video. That's our first
That video is awful.
Don't watch that.
We're gonna get rid of it at some point.
At some point. I mean, we'll never get rid of it.
No, but private it.
It will haunt us forever, for the rest of our days.
Malik. All right, Corey. So, what would you rate Shaun of the Dead?
I would give Shaun of the Dead 4.5. Just got a little bit of red.
You've got red on you.
A little bit of red. Yep.
Okay. Got a little red.
Fair.
How about you? What would you rate Shaun of the Dead?
I think I'm giving this a full 5 out of 5 cornettos. This movie to me is perfect. I think this is one of the most perfectly executed comedies. Like you said, you could have this in film school.
Fair
Teach
enough.
whatever.
You can.
Yeah.
That's true. All right. Good stuff.
Good stuff. Cool.
Excellent. Neat.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what movies you want us to watch next.
Let us know what hot sauces you think we should try.
Yep. Next week's going to be Quiet Place 1 and 2. We'll also leave something down on Instagram for you to have a little fun with, so links is always down below. And I think that's it. Are you over your British accent yet?
I think so.
What are we going to do now?
Go throw some shrimp on the barbie.
How about we go get that bloke, Michael Bay?
Alright then.
Alright. I ain't got me gun, but I got me a record.
Keep you whipping.
Stupid. So dumb.